26, 2021, Justice Kohli was elevated, like she served from January 7, 2021. Hello, students, and welcome to another lecture. And the topic of this lecture is Justice Hima Kohli, Notable Judgments. That means Justice Kohli was the judge of the Supreme Court who has recently retired from her position. And after her superannuation, uh, people from the judicial field have remembered her notable judgments, because she has been part of the most notable judgments and the most important benches of the Supreme Court. And she has served as the Chief Justice of the Telangana High Court. And after that, she was promoted to the Honorable Supreme Court. While during her tenure as a judge of the Supreme Court, she has given some of the notable judgments uh, that are not only reportable but are landmark judgments that have contributed significantly to the development of recent legal jurisprudence in India. So, as part of remembering her contributions, let us have a look at the notable judgments which are part of this lecture. So, Justice Hema Kohli's notable judgments. Justice Hima Kohli bid farewell to the Supreme Court on August 30, 2024, her last working day as a judge of the top court. She served as the Supreme Court for a tenure of 3 years, making September 1, 2024, Sunday, the day of retirement. On August 30, 2024, a ceremonial bench was organized by the Supreme Court in honor of Justice Hima Kohli, where her peers described her as a fierce protector of women's rights. While praising Justice Kohli, Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud said, "It has been a pleasure to sit with Justice Kohli. We have exchanged very serious ideas and thoughts. There have been times when she supported me. Hema, you are not just a woman judge, but also a fierce protector of the rights of women," he added. "We age in the process, learn our own biases, and hopefully become wiser. Only a few of us remember being young and lost in the crowd. I think Hima has that ability to feel what it's like. She has provided institutional support to women entering this profession. It is really, I must tell you this, that it is really a notable contribution, that if a woman makes her presence, and not only makes her presence, but makes people feel her presence in the judicial field, in the litigation field. See, that's a very I should uh, uh, please take my remark very positively. Litigation is a very heavy profession, a heavy field that one chooses to do. In litigation, one has to invest himself or herself completely mentally as well as physically. It is not about sitting on the desk and reading the judgments and drafting the SLPs and petitions. It's not just about that. You have to shunt a lot physically. You have to run from one court to the other. Then you have to be a part of the crowd running on the road. It's really difficult sometimes, and it's not everybody's cup of tea, I must tell you. Litigation is not everybody's cup of tea. So, for a woman to come into this field is really something which is more than a mere appreciation. It deserves a lot of applause, lot of appreciations, where a woman chooses to be a practicing advocate. Because to be a practicing advocate, you really have to toil in the scorching heat, or even sometimes, or most of the times, even in the extreme winters. You have to leave your bed and come out of your comfort zones to present yourself in the court at a time just to represent your clients. So this is something, I must tell you that this part of law profession, litigation is a part of law profession which is very toiling. Lot of drudgery and toiling is involved in this field. So for a woman to come into this, it's really needs a you know a big heart and a lot of daring attitude. For a woman like Justice Hima Kohli, who not only became a leading advocate, but rather went on to sit on the bench of the High Court, become the Chief Justice of the High Court, and then getting promoted to the top court of the country as a judge of the Supreme Court. This is something which is really worth appreciating. And she was not a judge, like the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, stated. She was not only a judge, but she was a protector of women's rights, because she has been coming through a phase which every woman passes through. So, all the obstacles that come along the way of a woman in her career or in her profession, like surpassing all those, overcoming all those obstacles, and removing all those hassles from along those ways, she came to become the judge of the top court of the country. This is a notable achievement in itself. And while sitting as a judge, she was not only an, a mediocre judge who gave normal judgments, but rather she was a part of the bench to mark the most landmark judgments of the country. So she has been a protector of women's rights. And speaking at the farewell function, Justice Kohli said, "I shall not hang my boots or store my sandals. I was asked if I am retiring or re-attiring." See, that's how positively she took her superannuation. It was not just that she was retiring. She was saying that I'm re-attiring. I'm adorning my new clothes, and I'm refreshing myself for a new role. This is how the positive attitude should be like. It didn't take me a moment to say that I am re-attiring. This only means that the blacks, the whites, and the grays will no longer take up all the space in my wardrobe. In my next phase of life, I will try and re-attire myself in different colors. So work, but make more time for family and friends. During the ceremony, Supreme Court judges Attorney General R. Venkat Ramani, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, Supreme Court Bar Association President Kapil Sibal, and others expressed their admiration for Justice Kohli's compassionate nature. With her retirement, the top court now only has two women judges, Justice B.V. Nagaratna and Justice Bila M. Trivedi. Justice Hima Kohli has made significant contributions to the legal landscape through her tenure as a top court judge. She played a crucial role in delivering various notable judgments, either by being a member of the bench in a case or authoring a judgment. Before delving into certain remarkable works of Justice Kohli, where she has been an important member of the bench, let us know about her career. Justice Kohli enrolled with the Bar Council of Delhi in 1984 and practiced law there, acting as a counsel for the New Delhi Municipal Council between 1999 and 2004. So, in 1984, she got enrolled with the Bar Council of Delhi and became an advocate. And after that, she was enrolled as a counsel for the New Delhi Municipal Council, where she worked between 1999 and 2004. She was also appointed as legal advisor to various Delhi and central government bodies such as the Delhi Pollution Control Committee, the National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, and the National Cooperative Development Corporation. These are the very big names. In the list of central government bodies, she has served as the legal advisor to Delhi Pollution Control Committee, National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, and the National Cooperative Development Corporation. On May 29, 2006, Justice Kohli was appointed as an additional judge of the Delhi High Court, and on August 29, 2007, her appointment was made permanent. See, on May 29, 2006, she became a judge of the Delhi High Court, and then in 2007, she became a permanent judge. During her tenure on the Delhi High Court, she made remarkable progress in her career by writing various judgments and heading a judicial committee that monitored the Delhi government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic in India. Further, on January 7, 2021, she was appointed as the Chief Justice of the Telangana High Court. On August 26, 2021, Justice Kohli was elevated, like she served uh, from January 7, 2021 to August 25, 2021, she served as the Chief Justice of the Telangana High Court at Hyderabad. And then Justice Kohli was elevated as a judge of the Supreme Court on August 26 and took oath on August 31, 2021. During her tenure at the top court, she authored 40 verdicts and was part of the benches that delivered judgments in approximately 208 cases. Let us explore some of the important rulings where Justice Kohli was a part of the Supreme Court bench. Legislative and executive powers of the Delhi, or powers over services of Delhi government. Now, this was a judgment which was a clear and a very very intense fight between the Delhi government and the central government. You have been knowing this, that the Delhi government, which is ruled by the Aam Aadmi Party currently in power, and the central government, which is ruled by the BJP, they are in complete and a direct conflict with each other. They are like and you have been knowing this, that Delhi is not a complete state. It is also a union territory. So some of the powers, they are within the jurisdiction of the central government, while some of them are within the jurisdiction of the state government. And the question is that there is a constant struggle between the Delhi state government and the central government over fighting over these powers. The question is that these tussles uh, are not, these tussles can be avoided only in a case where the Delhi state government and the central government has only one party. Like for such a long period, there was Congress in power from 2004 to 2014, and also that in the Delhi state it was ruled by Congress. तो कभी कोई परेशानी हुई नहीं. दिल्ली में भी कांग्रेस थी, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में भी कांग्रेस थी, तो दोनों एक ही गवर्नमेंट थी, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई. अब प्रॉब्लम तब आती है जब दोनों अपोजिंग पार्टीज जो हैं वो रूल में आ जाएं एक साथ. स्टेट में एक आ जाए और दूसरी सेंटर में आ जाए, तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है. तो वहां पर क्वेश्चंस ऑफ लॉ बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट छिड़ गए थे. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बेंच, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ एनसीटी ऑफ दिल्ली वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया. The Constitution Bench was considering a question whether the Delhi government has legislative and executive powers over services or not. The bench held that the Delhi government has control over the civil servants and the day-to-day administration of the NCT of Delhi, except for matters related to police, land, and public order. So, this was the judgment of which Justice Hima Kohli was part, and it was clearly stated in this judgment. The bench held that the Delhi government has control over the civil servants and day-to-day administration of the NCT of Delhi, except for matters related to police, land, and public order. Police, land, and public order, they are out of the jurisdiction of the state government. They fall within the jurisdiction of the central government, while the day-to-day administration is within the jurisdiction of the state government, and the state government has full control over the civil servants. For the day-to-day administration, the NCTD, National Capital Territory of Delhi, is not similar to other union territories, because other union territories are completely full-fledged union territories like Puducherry or like Andaman and Nicobar or Lakshadweep. They have no statehood. Delhi has partial statehood, and Delhi has partial, partial. It is in a partial state of union territory as well. So NCTD is similar to other states by virtue of Article 239 AA. NCTD is accorded a sui generis status, setting it apart from other union territories. NCTD, similar to other states, also represents the representative form of government. The involvement of the Union of India in the administration of NCTD is limited by constitutional provisions, and any further expansion would be contrary to the constitutional scheme of governance. The executive power of NCTD is coextensive with its legislative power, that is, it shall extend to all matters with respect to which it has the power to legislate. The exercise of rule-making power under the proviso to Article 309 does not oust the legislative power of the appropriate authority to make laws over entry 41 of the state list. Now, these are some of the notable pointers out of this notable landmark judgment, Government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India, which we shall be taking separately in some lecture, and we can discuss this case in detail there, what is mentioned under these relevant articles and what is about these different entries like entry 41 of the state list. But the whole question is that you should have a basic idea about that Justice Hema Kohli was part of this judgment, and this judgment gave these kinds of observations. Now, coming to legal recognition for same-sex marriages, Supriya Chakrabarti versus Union of India. This is yet another landmark judgment because, see, sexual intercourse between the same sex, two adulting consenting adults, it was made legal. Okay, sexual intercourse, having sex with a person of the same sex, was made legal in Navtej Singh Johar versus Union of India, where the Supreme Court struck down Section 377 of the erstwhile IPC as unconstitutional and null and void because it violated Article 14, Article 19 and 21 of the Constitution, because it violated right to privacy, and it violated right to life and personal liberty, and it violated right to equality in the observations of the Supreme Court. So, having sexual intercourse is something different, but legal recognition of the same-sex marriages is something different. This is also a case which we are going to discuss separately in some other lecture, but having a little discussion is important here also, that legislative recognition, legal recognition. See, when a person marries, when he enters into a marital relationship, the two people, their marital status changes. They turn into from single to married. relationships I mean marital status क्या हो जाता है, सिंगल से मैरिड हो जाता है. अब जब ये मैरिड हो जाता है तो सारे आइडेंटिटी कार्ड्स के ऊपर भी आपका रिकॉग्निशन होना चाहिए. तो आपको अब पासपोर्ट के ऊपर भी मैरिड होना चाहिए, हर चीज के ऊपर मैरिड होना चाहिए. तो जब भी शादी होती है तो उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन भी होता है. ठीक है, साथ गवर्नमेंट के पास ही पता रहे कि हाँ भाई ये लोग जो है इनकी शादी हो गई है, इनकी इनसे शादी हो गई है, और अब ये हमारी लॉ के आइज में रिकॉग्नाइज्ड शादी है, एंड दे आर वैलिडली मैरिड एज पर लॉ. द क्वेश्चन इज कि वो लीगल रिकॉग्निशन सेम सेक्स मैरिजेस में नहीं है, क्योंकि जब देखिए शादी होती है तो कोई स्कीम आ सकती है मैरिड लोगों के लिए, कोई डिफरेंट लॉज बाय लॉज आ सकते हैं. ठीक है, बहुत सारे लैंड इश्यूज हैं जहां पे स्पाउस के लिए स्पाउस की जमीन पर हस्बैंड कहा गया, हस्बैंड की जमीन पर स्पाउस बीवी कहा गया. तो ये सब देखिए, ये सब लॉज एप्लीकेबल हो जाते हैं जब शादी होती है, और जब शादी रिकॉग्नाइज हो जाती है, उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन हो जाता है, तो सारे लॉज एप्लीकेबल हो जाते हैं. अब क्वेश्चन ये है कि अगर गेज शादी करते हैं या लेस्बियन शादी करती हैं, तो फिर उनको वो चीज कैसे मिलेगी, क्योंकि उनकी शादी रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं है. यहां पर सेक्सुअल इंटरकोर्स के लीगल होने की बात नहीं हो रही थी. यहां पर बात हो रही थी कि अगर वो शादी करते हैं तो उनकी शादी को भी रिकॉग्नाइज करना चाहिए. लेकिन इस केस में 5 जजेस बेंच ने ये कहा कि majority opinion ने ये कहा, और majority opinion included Justice Hema Kohli and emphasized the importance of upholding the principles of equality and non-discrimination enshrined in Article 15 of the Constitution. लेकिन इसमें legal recognition देने से बिल्कुल मना कर दिया था. ये कहा जा रहा था कि Special Marriage Act 1954 को broadly read down किया जाए, broadly read किया जाए to include even same-sex marriages. लेकिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट डिक्लाइन दैट प्ली एंड सेड दैट कि ये नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि ये लेजिस्लेटिव डोमेन है और इसमें जुडिशरी इंटरफेयर नहीं कर सकती. जो दूसरा केस है वो है reference case, presidential reference case, Patanjali Ayurved Limited through its managing director Acharya Balakrishna and Baba Ramdev. ये था, ये केस भी हम आपके सामने सेपरेटली डिस्कस करेंगे कि किस तरीके से मिसलीडिंग एडवर्टीजमेंट्स जो होते हैं कि जहां पर ये खा लीजिए तो एकदम आपकी बीमारी ठीक हो जाएगी, मैजिकल रेमेडीज जो दिखाई जाती हैं, ये मैजिकल रेमेडीज जो हैं ये लॉ में अलाउड नहीं है और इसमें कोई प्रोटेक्शन आर्टिकल 19 फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन में इनका नहीं है। तो इस केस में भी जस्टिस हेमा कोहली वाज पार्ट ऑफ इट। ओके, इसके अलावा अपार्ट फ्रॉम दीज जजमेंट, जस्टिस कोहली वाज आल्सो अ मेंबर ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट बेंच इन द Aureliano Fernandez versus State of Goa and others, Subhash Desai versus Principal Secretary Governor of Maharashtra and others. She is renowned for her judicious approach and commitment to upholding the rule of law, which is clearly visible through her verdicts. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.